Do you mind? That's a bird on our glass roof. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to our garden on this fine autumnal day in mid-July. For some reason, suddenly it's 18 degrees out and raining all day, all week actually. It's gonna rain all week, which is why I think this is the perfect time to go in and do some mid-season maintenance in the garden. It has been a while since I really went through and did things, and I think it's about time we went and pruned some things, deadheaded some flowers. I need to go in and fertilize. I haven't done that at all yet since we moved in actually, so it's been over a year, so definitely need to fertilize up there. I need to do some maintenance on my pots and my hanging baskets, definitely fertilizer there as well. I might have to go in, cut some herbs and dry those because they are growing really big and I'm not using them up at this rate when they're fresh. There's also a new plant coming later today, I think. So we're gonna go ahead and plant that together. It's just really exciting. Look at my rose, guys. It's so beautiful. That's my white rose, which is very much turning pink. I figured it out, by the way. It starts out white, beautiful, stark white, and the blooms turn pink as they age, which is actually fine and it's really beautiful. I'm gonna have to try and get as much done as possible today before it rains. Definitely want to get the fertilizer spread on the ground so that that can seep in when it starts raining. Sun's even coming out for a bit. That's great. This is some fertilizer that I bought just specifically for hydrangeas and rhododendrons. I think this is probably just a more acidic fertilizer. When I was in the store, I checked all of the super specific fertilizers because I was like, this is probably just a marketing trick. And this is exactly the same. Like every single ingredient is exactly the same as the special fertilizer for roses. So I'm just gonna pour this on my roses as well. And then there is some fertilizer that I actually found in the garage that the previous owners left. So that's probably what they had been using on the garden. Here we have some pretty generic, I think, lawn and garden fertilizer. Might just go ahead and use this. And then there is one more thing that I found, which is a little bit more scary and daunting because it just has this like chemical name on the front and looks like a professional product. So I'm gonna have to Google that, but I'll probably stick to the two more kind of like user-friendly kinds for now. I wish the sun hadn't come out just as I was about to fertilize because that's not great. Maybe deadheading first and then pouring in some fertilizer when the sun gets hidden behind a cloud again. Do you see my cucumber plant back there? It is taking over. Absolutely taking over. I'm gonna have to go ahead and pickle some cucumbers soon because the plant is gigantic. My strawberries have started producing. There's a little strawberry here and I actually had one the other day and it was seriously the best strawberry I have had in my life. It was incredible. So very excited that these have started producing. That one, which was sending out shoots, I let it develop one of them and it's producing a strawberry right away. So that's good, I guess. By the way, guys, do you like my strawberry pig? Ensuring a good harvest for me. But what I really need to get to is this area right here. I pulled out the remainder of those weeds that I had up here. They had started going to seed and I don't really want them to spread. They're already spreading everywhere. So I pulled those out before that happened. In the meantime, until I get something next year probably to put in here, I just plopped down my blue hydrangea there. My hydrangeas are getting a little bit scorched in the sun. I'm not sure if they're just getting used to a new environment or if it's just too sunny. I would love to get some more shade in here, but it's kind of difficult. Actually, in summer, the sun is up really high. So yeah, for now, they're a little scorched. Nothing can be done for now. That plant over there has finished its second bloom, I think. My catmint here is looking a little worse for where I might trim that back. There's some new growth starting in the center. This guy, all of a sudden, just went and died. Its neighbor is still looking great, but this one not so much. Need to go ahead and trim this plant. Needs to be deadheaded. And also my phlox back there. I'll show you that. Maybe we should start with that. That seems easy enough. Let's go ahead and deadhead the phlox. Also, I keep getting distracted, sorry, but I found some surprise snapdragons back there behind my irises. I love those. I'm so happy to have those because I love snapdragons. I do think I had some last year, but yeah, I really hope those spread out throughout the garden. Would love to have more of those. But onto the phlox. Some still looking great, some not so much. Let's get out the shears and do something about that.
sleeping like a child. You're so luminous and vibrant. I'm always in bloom for you. Always in bloom. Always in bloom for you. So many times I've stranded, a castaway on unknown shore, although a stranger in this continent. I'm always in bloom for you. Always in bloom. Always in bloom for you. An infatuated light. Although it hurts me to be with you, I'm always in bloom. Always in bloom for
Flower border looking nice and fresh. I'll come back to that probably in a bit, but I think I should probably do something about this hedge, especially those overhanging bits. I need to trim that before it's too late and it starts turning brown and really woody on the inside. So let me just go ahead and do that real quick.
infatuated light. Although it hurts me to be with you, I'm always in bloom. Always in bloom for
That looks much better. I wasn't able to get every single bit up there, but that's okay. I like a more rustic look. That's why I cut it all by hand. We have one of those hedge cutters, but I really don't like the look of like super tight hedges. I like when it's a bit more natural. So yeah, quite happy with it like this. I'm not entirely sure when it's gonna rain, so I think I might just go ahead and go in with that fertilizer now. The sky is very cloudy in any case, so I don't think we're gonna have much sun. Oh wait, I see some blue skies. Oh man, I don't know what to do. Okay, maybe I'll just do everything else first and then fertilize. This is my foxglove, which I hope is gonna bloom next year. But one of the leaves is hanging into the bird bath and kind of decomposing in there, which is really, really gross. So I need to do something about that. Have been putting it off because it's really, really gross. But I think now's the time. Now's the time to fix that. So I'm gonna probably cut off those rotting leaves and then switch these around so that the bird bath is free of the foxglove. I'm gonna put on some gloves for that because it's very, very gross. This is a rubber glove job. Now that looks much better, doesn't it? Have some fresh tap water here for the birds. So let me just put that down here for now and trim some of these sad lower leaves. That one goes there. Let's pop this guy up there. By the way, in case anyone's wondering about the abundance of pig statues in our garden, that's actually a little something between me and the lady who lived here before. She had a thing with pigs. She collected pig statues, and as you may know, I have a thing with pigs. I just love pigs. They're one of my favorite animals. You know how we have that pigsty sign on the bathroom, the powder room downstairs? That's something that they had up, and in there was her big collection, like her big statue collection, and they ended up leaving a bunch of pig statues as well. So I just kind of spread them throughout the garden where I think they would fit. So we have this little sailor sailor pig right here. We have the strawberry pig. There's a little pig that has a flower or like a plant pot inside, and there's a couple more that I haven't placed yet. the bird bath is more accessible. We have the pebbles in there for the insects, and now the plants are all grouped together. Yeah, this is good. I think I'm gonna leave it like this, for now at least. This, by the way, is a little solar light, and it lights up at night and shines on all of this. I think I should put that up here for now. Oh, am I showing you something you can't see? It's this one, looks like a little rock, but then a light comes out from here. Yeah, little solar lamp. This plant over here, I'm not really sure what to do with, because it looks spent, right? But then every now and then new blooms pop up here. I don't know if you can see those back there. It's still opening flowers, and here there's a new one right here that's still gonna open. So I'm just not sure how this plant works exactly, and like which parts I can cut off. Maybe I just cut off the tops that look all brown and dead. There's one there. See, I just don't know how this works. Maybe this is one of those where you just need to go in and remove every individual flower. You see, I see a new bud in there as well, and here I can't do this. There are flowers coming out everywhere. Okay, maybe I just need to accept that this one looks kind of weird for a part of its life. Oh well, never mind then. Look at that salvia. I don't know if you remember last time I showed you that. All of the blooms had dropped after the rain, but it came back so well, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm very happy with this right here. Actually, I see what I need to do. There are lots of fresh shoots on this ivy, so it's time to trim that back a bit, I think. Shouldn't take too much time, and I think when this is done, I'm gonna go ahead and fertilize. Next up, my sad campanulas. I simply just didn't water these enough. That's my problem. I need to keep a better lookout at my hanging baskets, because this is just sad. Let me just trim all of this bottom foliage and hopefully it recovers. I really need to remember that things in pots and baskets just need to be watered daily. And those ones in my shade garden, they get rainwater at least, but these don't, because they're under our little glass terrace roof. So I really need to go out every single day and water these. I think this one will be fine. This one will recover. The little one, not so sure. It is parched. Actually, what I'm probably gonna do is just fill this bucket with water and just completely submerge this plant for a bit. Maybe both of them actually, to just fully saturate the soil with water, and hopefully that helps. And now I'm gonna fertilize because I keep putting it off, and if I don't do it now, I'm not gonna do it. Let's go. My friend was just here for a little lunch break and she brought over some plants for me. So first of all, I have this gorgeous butterfly bush, just having a little bucket of water here. And she also brought me some lily of the Nile bulbs that she dug out from her garden. I'm gonna place those as soon as possible. For the butterfly bush, I think I'm gonna pop that in right there behind my rhododendron, because this starts blooming after the rhododendron has finished. And I think it'll be nice to have some color back there, because these grow pretty large, these butterfly bushes. I think it'd be really nice if it just popped out from behind that rhododendron. So I'm gonna put it right back there. And as for these lilies of the Nile, these are beautiful purple, quite tall flowers as well. Lots of little flowers on top that form a sphere. So I think I should probably place these more towards the back of the garden as well. Just gonna have to figure out where to pop these, but for sure the butterfly bush is gonna go back there. Butterfly bush is planted up back there. It looks great. I'm sure next year or the year after, maybe when it grows taller than the rhododendron, it's going to be beautiful. Just realized my friend gave me so many lilies of the Nile that if I were to plant them all, I would have nothing else in my garden. So I planted as many as I thought would still look all right. So I have them kind of dispersed all throughout the garden, and I put some in the front yard as well. But I didn't want them to take up too much space. I would have loved to put them in these big planters that I have right here. I have them on both sides, but I don't want to dig into those just yet. I used to have chrysanthemums in there, but for some reason they just didn't come back this year. I think I must have killed those last year somehow. But now that the chrysanthemums are gone, I'm thinking of just pulling everything out, putting fresh soil in there and planting that up with some bulbs so that I have some early spring interest there next year. So once autumn comes around, I'm gonna just empty those out, plant some bulbs there, and I might just pop in some of those lilies of the Nile in there as well, along with the tulips. I'll see what other kinds of spring plants I would like to, like bulbs I would like to plant in there. That'll come once autumn comes around. For now, I've just put them aside. I hope they don't dry out. I hope they keep until then, but we'll see. There's plenty of them planted. I planted most of them, so we'll see if those pop up next year. It's not the ideal time to plant them, but my friend just dug them up and I don't want to keep them out of the ground for too long. As you can probably see, it's not raining, and I don't think it's gonna rain anymore, so I think I should probably water the garden. I hate to do that now that the sun is out, which I wasn't supposed to do, but I really don't want to just leave all this fertilizer out like that. I need to water that in, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead, carefully water just on the roots, and then I think I'll be done for the day. I might just do a quick little tour as well, but yeah, the work for today is finished and I'm satisfied. Do a full complete tour because not that much has changed in here, like there's no new stuff or anything, but I'll just go through a couple of highlights. So the jasmine has finished blooming more or less for this year. I do need to go in and just attach this back onto the trellis, but that's a job for next time I'm out in the garden. I've done enough for today. My herb, fruit and vegetable patch. It's looking amazing. Things are thriving. Anything that survived the first couple of weeks is thriving right now, except for the eggplant, which is not thriving, but producing fruit nonetheless, so that's great. Strawberries coming. As you can see, there's one right there. Lots of flowers, very exciting. Loads and loads of tomatoes here that are coming in the next couple of weeks. Very exciting. and my cucumber, which is gigantic. I have so many cucumbers on here, and snails on the cucumbers. But yeah, I really do. I need to pickle these because there's just so many. Look at this whole bunch right here. It just started climbing on its own accord, by the way, to the fence. Can you see that? It's just going up into the sky. It's never ending. Giant. But that's good because we love cucumbers and we love pickles. My lemon verbena here is giant as well. This is one of the ones I'm considering drying just because there's so much of it, and I don't think this will survive the winter, honestly, so it's probably best if I just take care of that now while it's nice and big. Same thing with the sage. There's so much sage. I'm sure I could just dry some of this and use it throughout the winter. This is one of the plants I'm considering staking because it's completely toppled over onto this plant, which was already struggling. I showed you that in the last one. And I think, yeah, it would be good if this was just a bit more upright, but it looks fantastic, so I'm very happy with that. My little purple corner looks great in general. Oh, and this is that plant that I planted from seed up in the attic. It has flowers now. They are red, so I'm not quite sure what to do with it. It doesn't go with the rest of the garden, but it's happy, so I'm just leaving it there for now. Yeah, we already briefly went over the shadow border here. This hosta is just about done blooming, but the anemone is creating some buds, so that's gonna bloom soon, which is really exciting. My roses are majestic, both of them. This was a wonderful purchase. I'm very glad I got these, and I'm considering getting more and putting some in the front yard as well, maybe just around the garden. Once we open it up more and we remove more tile, definitely more roses, because these are just wonderful and so cottagey. So there are a couple more buds on my Olivia Austin rose here. And we talked about the Snow White. These were absolutely Snow White, and then they just start turning pink as they age a little bit, but it's actually really beautiful. It's a stunning, stunning plant, and I'm very, very happy with it. This area is where I did a lot of trimming today, and it's looking nice and fresh again, a little bit bare, but that'll sort itself out. I really hope this one will come back to life. If it doesn't, I'll just have to remove it, I think. My pear tree is just wonderful, and it's growing so big, and I can't wait for it to put on more height next year as well. My newest shrub seems to be doing well as well. Seems to be settling all right. Looks good. Yeah, my hydrangea is a little scorched, but living so far, so that's good. This is just random assortment of flowers. I sowed that blue flower, like wildflower, bee flower seed mixture here, and for the longest time nothing came of it, and then all of a sudden it just exploded. And some of these, like this flower in particular, is popping up everywhere in the garden, not just where I sowed it, but everywhere. So that might become a problem. But for now, I think it's just really cute, and I would love it to just be kind of in between everywhere, wherever it manages to survive. The front yard as well, I sowed those, it's just spread everywhere, and it looks magnificent. Absolutely love it. Back there we have the buddleia, the butterfly bush, which I hope settles in all right. It should be fairly cool and raining over the next couple of days, so I think it should be fine. And I love that it's already blooming, and I can kind of see what it's going to look like once it's like completely settled in there. I would love for this to just, yeah, come out above the rhododendron. I think it's going to look wonderful. And then this end of the garden, our skinny little shadow border here, has nothing going on at the moment, just weeds. Everything that was here has died, so I need to work on creating some year-round interest in here, and I really need to watch out that the ivy doesn't take over, because it tends to do that. It tends to just spread everywhere. So yeah, I mentioned last time in my last garden video that we want to make this a little bit bigger, like make this like a half round, half circle shape here, create some more room, and I would love to put a nice big lilac bush here. It's going to be nice and tall, and then move this guy over towards the front a little bit, towards the center of the garden, so that it actually, you know, shades our sitting area, because right now it doesn't. It just shades kind of this bit of the garden where there's nothing. Maybe come autumn or next spring. So I think that concludes today's gardening vlog. I am well tired and ready for a cup of tea and just relaxing for a little bit. So I really hope you enjoyed this, guys. Thank you for coming along with me. I have just completely fallen in love with gardening, and I am so excited and so grateful that I have a garden now, a place of my own where I can just do all of this and enjoy the sun, and just, yeah, it's absolutely wonderful. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see the progression of this and all the other things I do, of course. If you'd like to support me through Patreon, there's a link in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. There's another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!